and welcome back to my channel. I am the Crafty Kai, and this is the next episode in my series of learning all that is pottery. I have made so far 3 things. I have my cup, my pot, and my bowl. I hope you had a chance to see my previous videos and let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear about them. But today is project 4 with paper clay. As always, I have the modeling clay that I have been using, and I'm going to be making today a candle holder. I think that's something that I can do with that type of clay, and where it won't hopefully damage it if a candle is lit. On the related note of my project, I want to make a candle holder with the Taurus Constellation because I do love space, I do love stars, I do love astronomy on top of astrology, and maybe some people will say it's woo-hoo magic and blah blah blah, but it's still fun to believe that we're all connected in some way. And so that's the idea. I want to do, I feel like I have a cat here on my supervisor. Gretchen always leaves her mark. Anyways, I want to be able to create this project with slab building this time. So I've already worked 2 projects throwing on the wheel, which I want to go back to it. I'm still waiting for my lower back to be in a better position, stronger to go back. And I also have to work on raising my wheel because it's really too low, and that's kind of where I was having issues. Sidetracked. So I'm going to do slab building, and I'm going to start off this, since I already have my sketch and design, I kind of have a general idea. It's not going to take a lot to build this. Like, all it really is a slab to do the diameter around, and then a little like skinnier piece, and I'm going to do more straight lines for the base. And that's all it really is. It's a simple enough project to start the building. Where I really want to put more impact is the decoration, and using a tool. One moment. So I have my packet of tools, which I haven't even opened yet. These ones are from Allison. Make some noise. Oh my gosh. I think I'm gonna try, maybe, like, this one's quite large. I'm gonna probably use this one, but I also I think I will use these two. It'd be nice to have an in-between size to cut the holes, but like my inspiration shows, I have, for the major stars that show in the constellation that are larger, I'm going to probably use the bigger one, and then the smaller ones I also added little holes throughout to appear as other stars and to allow the flame from the candle to show. So it has to be tall enough where I could have like a squatter candle reside, and so the light, as it moves up, it will really go through, because if it's taller than that, it won't really have the effect that I'm looking for. So maybe even just, what do you call them? Tea candles? Tea candles? Tea lights? Something like that. Tea lights would fit in this, and I would get it kind of glow through. And so the base will be, I plan to paint it black, really dark, with gold accents and a little bit of white and silver. Maybe I'll see how I feel at that time. I'm getting ahead of myself. So the first thing I'm gonna have to do is wedge and measure out some clay, and then roll it out in the slab. And I still have my piece of fabrics that I'll be using to roll it out on and help. I'm also going to get some measurements on how big to roll out the slab and get myself a pattern of some sort to guide me. So I'm off to do that. that's it for tonight. I have my little candle holder. It's gonna dry upside down on this plastic cup. I hope I'm making the right decision. I don't want the bottom of the base of it to sink in. So I'm hoping on this cup that it will just stay flat. Although the cup has a logo, so I'm hoping it won't transfer too much to it. But right now I'm just gonna finish off a bit of smoothing and see how this one turns out. It was a little tricky with the slab, but I find it was one of the simpler and maybe quicker styles of building, but it does feel like I definitely need to refine this. Let's see if I can do that during the trimming stage, which I think is it trimming. Oh yeah, it just, certain areas I'll need to trim down, smooth out with the sponge once it's dry enough. But I like how it's turning out so far. I'm excited to get to more of the advanced stage because this is just like really basic shape. I was just figuring out like how to get this all attached and smoothed out on the edges here to still keep its form. That was the most, I think, complicated bit, was like keeping its form on the side as it was like folding in on its wick. But anyways, time for drying, which will take probably 2 to 3 days. So I will be back at that point next week to trim it. And that's when I'll be adding the holes and everything. So I'll have to map out where I'm going to be putting those two. So bye for now. All right, it's now Monday and this has been drying since Friday night. It's now keeping itself up. It looks like a little candle holder, a little bigger. But I think for what I'm trying to go for and achieve with light coming out through here, I think it has to be this tall. So it's time to carve out the holes with I'm gonna try and transfer my constellation on the candle holder with using this dotting tool to just lightly press where I'm going to be punching through. And I realized I can also make little holes with the needle too for the little ones. I'm going to try and do that with some of the bigger holes. And what was the last thing I was going to say? I was going to find something a little larger too. I don't think this is the right size. You know, I could probably use this and then this one here for this size. So that's what I'll do. Right, I'm ready to get this going and punch holes through this. Ooh, it's actually a lot firmer than I normally would go for, but or that I experienced, but I also need to trim a little bit as well, so I'm gonna get that going. Let's do this. This whole time I thought I was filming. I've been trimming away and I got the constellation in and just adding all the stars. Next time I'll double check. I didn't look up for at least a good solid 12 minutes. Whoops. My bad. Okay, so this is now going to dry until the next stage of painting. This project felt really fast. The slab building was quick, and then the cleanup and finessing of the shape with the holes punctured through, that wasn't too bad. This is actually a fairly quick project. And it dried so fast. I think I'm pretty sure it's because it's a lot thinner walls compared to all the other projects. I did not factor that in. But this is now off to drying on itself. Put that behind its bag. And I will be here back again, what are we, Monday? Probably by Wednesday to paint. I'm gonna have fun looking up some ideas, or I might do a test version. I'll get back to that. Alrighty folks, and we are back with the dried candle holder, and as you can see, the nice constellation of the Taurus sign. I thought about adding more holes, but I think I like that you can spot it. Yes, you can spot it and then not, amongst the other stars. You see that little pattern. I love it. So, Bridget. So now I'm going to paint it. I'm going to paint it with the Magic Fly. That's what I have. In black and gold, metallic gold. So it's going to have a little shimmer. So the plan is all black. All black. I might leave this natural tone. I kind of want to see what it looks like after spraying, because I'm going to do the Rust-Oleum Clear Coat Sunny Gloss again, and I kind of want to see what it looks like underneath. I'll see how I feel, but I have my maker's mark in there. So I'm going to get all my paint set up. I have all my different paint brushes. I want to see which one works the best, because I don't want to go on the lip of the holes. I want that to be gold. Whoa, that was so loud. She's like yelling at me. Richard, why are you gonna be this way? Huh? Why are you gonna be so loud? Yeah, I know, I don't like it in here. Well, we're gonna get used to down here. There's no spot for you to just hang out beside me. Okay, let's get my paint set up. Finished painting the little Zodiac Constellation Candleholder. Okay, right as soon as I start. Okay, Supervisor Gretchen, as soon as I start talking. But I have it here finished, and I decided to go with kind of like outlining it roughly. Like when you see stars in the sky, they're not perfect. And it was a bit tricky at first trying to get in the holes and everything. So I did two coats of black paint and then 2 coats of gold paint for the little stars, and inside as well it's black, and then I left the underside the natural clay. What are you, inspection time? Is this what it is? You're inspecting my work? What's it look like, supervisor? But I will let it fully dry overnight and pick up some glossy Rust-Oleum clear spray, like the high gloss. I really want it to look like enamel. I really want it to look like enamel, so I'm gonna get your tail. I'm gonna go and get that tomorrow and then give it a quick spray paint, and I will be set. I can't wait to test it out with a little tea light candle. But yeah, so finishing this off tomorrow. What do you say, supervisor? We out? We out. All right. It's now completed. We have our finished Zodiac Constellation Candleholder, the Taurus one. Look at that glouse. Glousy glouse. I'm so happy how this turned out. I'm gonna show you what this looks like. Sans lumière, like total darkness. Let's show it. Isn't it amazing? I love how it peeks through in the back. Now I'm so excited to go for to lose power. I'm just gonna light the candle and see all the constellations on my wall. Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy. Since this is paper clay, I just prepared it with the Rust-Oleum just to seal it to get the gloss look, but I know it's probably not safe to use actual candle. I did test it with a real candle, little tea light in my green color, and it looks really nice. So I think I would probably, for this version, I'm probably going to buy one of those little fake tea lights from like Dollarama and be able to pop it in there because I want to be able to enjoy it. Final thoughts. What I may change, I'm still trying to decide. I really like the size of this, but I think the slab process, I will try to adjust how to put together the main body part. The foot worked out great. I was very impatient with the clear coat paint on this, and I did have to touch up the rim. But again, test version of what I would like to do in a stoneware as I research smaller kilns. So I'm gonna try and save up to put towards that so that I can actually make versions of this. So yeah, so please, I really, when I was like looking at with all the lights off, I was just so happy to see it look like little stars in the sky. I love it. So I really want to practice this and continue making adjustments to where I could build this at a more efficient rate, so that, yeah, I can get this process down. I might make some patterns. I have a lot of ideas for this. So what are your thoughts? What do you think of my Zodiac Taurus Constellation Candleholder? Well, that's a mouthful. My Taurus candleholder. Let's go with that. Just, this is too much of Taurus Constellation Candleholder. But please let me know if you can drop some words of wisdom or kindness, if you have some tips on how to improve my slab building, my building skills. Hello, supervisor. I'm just wrapping up on this project. But yes, if you could just let me know, I would love to hear it. I'm hoping I'll be back. Probably my goal is to be back on a weekly basis. Every Tuesday I'm trying to post a new video. So please stay tuned as I continue on this pottery journey and learning everything that I can. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Crafty Kai out. This has been the Crafty Kai, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Bye-bye. Astrology. I am a fan of it. I like the idea of it. I like that I read somewhere it's kind of like the blueprint of people, of how we all change and have different ways as we evolve in our own personal lives. But it's kind of interesting to see how people who are born in a certain period of time a year may share similar characteristics. And I'm a Taurus. I do find I have some like the characteristics of being stubborn. I can be stubborn. I used to be stubborn a lot more, and I worked, on evolving myself to not be so much, but it's hard. I know how to be couch potato, and I also know how to work hard and push myself when I know it's something I enjoy. That's always a difference. I can do things and get through things. And that's why I'm getting through this pottery and being stubborn about it. So I just find it as the idea that if we could find, if everyone can find a way to relate to one another and understand, that's where I find it so interesting when we add that label of like, oh, you're born in you're a Virgo, you have some of that analytical mind and being able to organize stuff. So it's just a way to perhaps see and if they relate to that or not. Everyone is still different. Again, astrology doesn't dictate that, but it's just kind of interesting if you like personality tests and all that stuff, which I do.